Alright guys, so for this Monday video, right, last week the video went like, I won't say like viral, but for this channel it went viral. We pulled like 2,400 views in like 3 days, which is impressive. Like I think our previously most watched video was the Invoke P video with like 1,800 or pushing 2,000. The next one was the Tabernacle video with Rudy, which was like 1,600 views. These are some like pretty big hits on the channel and stuff, but this last one like crushed. And I think it's very telling, right? We have a market right now where people are super price sensitive. The economics is bad, things suck, everything is more expensive. Even I'm like feeling the pain with wife and I, and we're dual income, no kids. Dink, as some people like to call it. You know, and even we're feeling the pain a little bit. Like I feel the pain in the business because, you know, everything I'm buying gets more and more expensive. Like the shipping costs are going up, like everything is getting expensive. The deals are getting less dealy. And that's okay. Like that's part of the market. That's part of what you have to do to adjust. You have to look for better margin items and you just have to readjust things and keep moving. However, I wanted to go into some more detail with that. It makes too much sense for WoTC to do this. And to prove my point, they reloaded another round of stock at $410 a box. I confirmed this. And it sold out within like a day. Like I don't even know if it made it a day, but I saw them in there, and I don't know if there was a limit or not, but it was gone like quick. TCG Player has the boxes floating around like 400 a piece. But here's the reality, right? Distro cost on these boxes is like 210, 225, 230, somewhere in that like low 200s range, right? If WoTC sells those to distributors, and let's like say for simple math, it's 225 a box. It's probably high for some distros, a little low for others. I think MVP was actually under that for their boxes. Here is the reality, right? The distribution model, they're going to make their 10, 20%, let's call it 20%, like egregiously high, right? That is going to be $22.50 times 2, so about $44 a box. They're going to have to ship it, pay employees, and they're going to get their 10, 15% margin by the end of it, right? So what that means is Wizards is going to sell their box with whatever cost they have to distribution around $185 a box, right? This is like really simple Barney math. I don't have an insider for this. This is just assumed values. So I will be clear here. This is assumed values. If Wizards then takes those exact same boxes, and a majority of the restocks on Amazon were around like 325, right? 325, 350, somewhere in there. But we'll say 325 for simple math. Again, Amazon takes 15% plus a storage fee. This product probably didn't have a storage fee because it was there for less than 30 days. It was sold, fulfilled, and sent. And let's be honest, they have Cynthia Williams. She was ex-Amazon. She's super fancy and cool. They probably got a special prorate from Amazon because they're doing millions of dollars a year on Amazon. So they might even be 10% on Amazon. But again, let's go off the public number here. 15% is what Amazon will take. $325 a box, 10% is $32.50. Half of that is about $16. So they're going to lose about $49, give or take, a few pennies, right? $49 from $325, call it $50 for really fun even math, is $275. That is almost $100 extra a box, which means that two things can happen now. Wizards can print less and save money, and they can sell it for 50% more. When Wizards restocked, it was at 410. If we take the same Barney math, they're losing, what, 40, 60 bucks a box. So now they're selling them for, I don't know, a magical $350 compared to the, I don't know, 180 at distro, almost twice as much. The math is so in Wizards' favor, right, to do this. These are super high value SKU items. This was the test run. It will be a continual thing. We will see less and less of these boxes move out to LGSs, especially for these Universes Beyond sets. I do not think they will do this for every single set going forward just because of the mass outrage. However, I think sets like Modern Horizons 3, Final Fantasy, obviously Fallout, any kind of Universes Beyond set, Assassin's Creed that's coming out, I think all of these sets are prime targets for this. And now, this also accomplishes something else that's a byproduct that Wizards also has to address but doesn't want to openly admit, right? The problem with reprinting so many high-value singles is it reduces the value. You can't put Doubling Season into a set, then put it into a specialty slot, then reprint it in a master product, and then expect people to pay $400 or $500 a box for $100 of the cards. Wizards can't have products sitting stagnant for years to recover, like Dominaria United, all these other sets, Baldur's Gate, etc., etc., etc. They will eventually recover, but that means storage fees, shipping costs, extra handling. Let's say like they're making $180 on a box, and every month that it sits there, they lose $2 a box. It sits there for a year, and now they're going from $180 a box to what, $155? They got to pay warehouse managers, warehouse employees, they got to pay transport fees, the lease, taxes, utilities, like all this stuff adds up on these products, right? So they want stuff to cycle out and move and go to distribution. They don't want to sit there and hold these products. So by doing this, by making these boxes hold these high price points, they're basically forcing the singles to be more expensive to value the boxes more, so they move quickly. And this also addresses the issue of them reprinting too many things, right? Because the worst thing that can happen is someone spends $10,000 on Magic, they play it for 10 years, they go to sell their collection to someone like me, and I'm like, dude, honestly, like, you have a bunch of bulk rares, you have a bunch of bulk mythics, your foils are kind of cool, but again, like, all this stuff is bulk, like, nothing is really good. You have, like, a play set of Force of Wills, cool, I'll give you, like, I don't know, $500 for it, but they spent like 10 grand on it because like everything is bulk. I mean, it'd obviously be a little bit more than that, probably be like 2, but like that's the problem that's there right now. So because they broke this cycle that there is between play standard, move to modern, move to eternal formats, etc., by removing all of this and breaking the competitive scene and destroying standard with all these box changes and format changes and lack of support, etc., it caused a massive shift in how singles are valued, and Commander is the main pusher now. In order to readjust that, they need to do one of two things: make boxes more expensive or print less. This accomplishes both. They can put really nice singles into these sets, print less of it, make more money, and they can force the singles values to go up because there's just less of them, which means the reprints have less impact. If they had done this with like Throne of Eldraine collector boxes, Doubling Season wouldn't have gone from $110 down to $60, down to $50, or whatever it's at now. Doubling Season will eventually recover, which is awesome, and I'll probably mass rip a bunch of Wilds of Eldraine at some point. I have 6 boxes of the original Throne of Eldraine right in front of me that I opened. It'll get sorted, put into the system, and sold. And they need to reinforce this system somehow, some way, and the only way to do that is to reinforce the singles prices, because that reinforces box prices, which reinforces the margins. Do I like what they're doing with this? No, absolutely not. I think this is super jacked up. I think it's super screwed. It ultimately takes more money out of LGS's pockets, which they have supported WoTC for 30 years now, plus some cases. And it's kind of like a feels bad thing, because now stores are basically forced to try and move play boxes, which have much lower margins, much higher cost. Commander decks, again, same thing. Like, it's a very short burst thing. Commander decks move like crazy the first few weeks, and then they kind of just sit there. It's a relatively flat product to locals because they're waiting for the next set. So they're just kind of sitting on them, and they either end up A, selling them online to people that want them, or B, they just kind of really slowly move them, which means dead inventory, which means takes up space, which means WoTC's not storing it, which is perfect for WoTC. And it takes away the margins on the stores, which is really painful, right? Because an LGS, hear me out, the reason why I don't have one currently is because the cost to own an LGS is ridiculous. It is so much more cost effective for me to run it out of my basement and my closet than it is for me to go buy a store, open it up, pay employees, stock inventory, sell singles, buy singles, and do this whole rigmarole, right? it is so inefficient that it really is a product of passion. And when you have people that are so passionate about what they do, they love cards, they love being in the market, they love helping people, they love playing the game. When you kill their passion, you make it a job, and you make it painful for them, and then you make it expensive, and then one of two things happens. They have to sell everything and close the store, or B, they're like, man, I can't handle this anymore, it's too much for me, and they sell the business. And then someone else attempts to come in and do the same thing, and they have the same ultimate problem of, how do I keep margins, how do I pay employees, how do I keep the doors open, I gotta pay bills, I gotta pay rent, all this stuff adds up and takes money out of your overhead. And it's all fine and dandy if you can make it work. I know several very successful LGSs. But you know what? Compared to, 7 years ago, when an LGS only had to sell Magic, to today, where an LGS has to have Magic, Flesh and Blood, Yu-Gi-Oh! They have to have everything now. And the more new TCGs they can get and move really quickly for high margins because of FOMO, the absolute better. The more arcade games they can put in there, the better. The more birthday parties they can have, the better. Anything they can do to supply this lost income, because Wizards has just so eroded this system for so long with these reprints and now these excessively high box prices, it's getting a little bit bananas. And people are so focused on these new sets like Fallout, right? I didn't buy a single Fallout collector box. I bought 3 sets of decks for people that I know that wanted them, and I sold them like $3 over my cost or $4 over my cost. It was something really dumb. Like, I handed it off to them, it took 5 minutes of my time, and we called it a day. I don't make money on that stuff. That takes time out of my day. If it takes me 20 minutes to go hand that off, I'm making like $15 an hour at best. Like, it doesn't even pay for my gas. Like, gas is $3.50 a gallon. If I have to drive 15 miles both ways, that's a gallon and a half of gas. Like, it's a zero cost thing for me, right? Like, I don't make money doing this. I do it as a favor to friends because they love the game. And because everyone is so focused and so lasered in on all of this hate and all these things, they're missing perfectly good deals like these, right? Ultimate Masters. I've opened up 5 of these now. I purchased 2 at $270. I purchased 1 at $260. I purchased 2 at $250. That is a total cost basis of, what is that? $1,550. Newsflash, I opened up way more singles than $1,550. I've in fact got only the rares and mythics listed from that stuff, and obviously I had all the commons and uncommons listed already from my bulk. I have moved hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I haven't even moved it all yet. I've just had it in the system for a couple of days now, and I don't want to spoil the videos for those because obviously, like, I had I had some hits. Check those out. I had some hits, but people are ignoring those deals. Modern Horizons 1. Let me grab a box. I'm buying these for $160 a box, and I actually got laughed at when I told my buy group, and they were like, you can't buy boxes for that, you're a jackass. I'm like, no, I mean, I am. I've bought almost 3 dozen boxes now at that price, and it's crazy because no one realizes, right, how badly undervalued the old stuff is. And when you ignore the old stuff, and you're only focusing on this new stuff, I can go buy. Oh, my local guy has a Fallout collector box at $375. Oh yeah, let's go, buy. You could have bought almost 3 Modern Horizons 1 boxes. That is what? Yeah, 96 packs? 98 packs? No, 108 packs. Ooh, sorry, I'm tired. Long day staring at assembly and code and stuff. I'm tired. 108 packs. Your cost basis is going to be $480. I just want you to know this. The 108 Snowlands is about $100, which means just from basic lands that are guaranteed, your cost basis goes from, wait for it, $480 to $380. And then you have 108 rares and mythics. And, like, no one watches these videos, so, like, I'm literally breaking this down for you because it's Barney math, right? Like, the reason I'm buying 100+ boxes of this is because of this math. Your average rare is $4 and, like, 26 cents, I think. That's an average, right? That counts the 10 cent, the $10, the $50, it counts everything, right? The average is $4 and 20 some odd cents. Times 108. I'm not a rocket scientist, but again, that is 400. You ready? 420 Wait, no, 400, 880, $440, right? Plus, probably closer to like 465 because there's 25 census times, you know, whatever, 108, so 25 more bucks, so 465 bucks just in rares. Plus your snowlands, that's $565. You take away 20% in fees, shipping, you've made money off of just rares. You didn't hit a single mythic. You like 0 mythics, right? Just the basic snowlands and your rares, you have all your money back and then some. But it's okay, guys. There's absolutely 0 value to be seen here. Sell me all your Modern Horizons 1 boxes. I will buy them all. I'm going to open them all. When I get to 100, unless box prices have gone to $400 probably, which is who knows, maybe this bull run, like we see some crazy boxes on Modern Horizons 1. I would sell them sealed at like 400 a piece probably, just because like it's brain dead. Like, why not? Anything less than like 250 though, I may as well open them because my margins are so high. The EV on 100 boxes average, because like we've now hit that 100 box number, right? We hit true averages at like 60 to 100, somewhere in there, right? You're guaranteed at some point, if you buy enough boxes, you will average out. The average is like $260 a box, and that doesn't count commons or foils. Your foils and your commons adds like another $50 to $100 per box. So your average EV is like over 300 if you're bulk selling everything, which I do. Which means if I spend 17 grand to buy 100 of these boxes and I make 35,000, I've almost doubled my money. Even if I take 25% off the top of 35,000, you know, I'm still looking at what, almost $28,000. So I'm looking at like a $11,000 profit on that. Like, no one is watching this stuff, guys. This is going to be a longer video, and I doubt anyone watches, but I'm curious if someone does. Let me know if you watched to the end. I'm going to title this with some, like, WoTC, reinforcing my opinion on WoTC baiting. I don't, some jackwagon clickbait title. We'll see. But that's the problem we have right now, is everyone is so focused on this new stuff. They're ignoring all the deals that are out there. Buy these slabs. Oh my God. Slabs are so cheap. People are paying, like, a little over raw for quads, like 9.5 quads, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't understand it, you know, and these numbers are bananas and people are just ignoring it. And my video is also going to get ignored, which is okay. I'm just going to keep buying it all and just open it and then have fun with it. But that's the point of this journey, right? Like, I'm telling you guys what I'm doing as I'm doing it so you can see me do it. And if you want to jump in and join me, you can. I don't care. I'm very upfront about what I do. I'm buying Modern Horizons 1 boxes. I'm buying UMA as many as I can. I'm always buying collections. Vintage is always a good buy at this point. My reserve list stuff, I don't actually own that much reserve list personally. A majority of it is actually owned jointly by Saint and I through our openings and stuff that we have, which I'm fine with. Like, I have exposure to it. It's great. It's moving up in life. But people are just ignoring just these blatant red flags. Like, why is this so cheap? Like, I don't understand it. And I don't know. It's interesting. The economy and the whole ecosystem right now in Magic is just very interesting to me. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it there, call it a day, get this uploaded, and yeah, I'll be at Pro Tour LA this week. If you guys are going to be there, let me know. I'll shout you out on the channel. I might have some packs and stuff. I'll probably have like a Flesh and Blood box in my backpack to be walking around with. I have some singles and stuff I'm moving. I'll be looking to buy stuff probably. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. But have a good time. I'll talk to you guys later, and bye-bye for now.